Hey, what's up guys, it's Nick2, and today I'll be showing you guys how to easily get from level 1 to 40 in just under an hour. I'm going to keep the video as short as possible, and YouTube typically hates that for the algorithm, etc. So if you find the video helpful, dropping a like and a comment would help me out immensely. But with that out of the way, let's just get right into it. So the other day, as some of you may have seen, I made a video on how to level up super quickly by killing this boss over and over again, which is going to work for pretty much any boss, but I did this guy because this is just the one that I found immediately, and I was able to level up about once every 10 minutes or so, which certainly isn't too bad, especially during your first playthrough. Leveling can be extremely time consuming, but I'm at the point where I want to start playing alts at the end game so I can make build videos for them, etc. And the idea of just like killing the Zomboss for one level every 10 minutes all the way to level 40 didn't really sound like a good time, so I tried to figure out a method to make this faster. This method is going to be primarily meant for leveling secondary characters because it is going to require a main character at max level to help you go through this. So if you're still on your first character, I'd recommend just watching my previous video or keep watching to learn some ways that you can actually do this even if you're still on your first character. But as such, this method is going to require that you have a friend helping you. Now before you guys all immediately click off the video, back what I did in Borderlands 3 doing pretty much the exact same leveling trick was that I just recommended for people to help each other out in the comments by typing their PSN, Xbox gamer tag, or Epic Games username, and then having them just help each other out and do it for each other. Back then that worked like an absolute charm, as you can see by the sheer amount of comments here, so I'd highly recommend that you guys do the exact same thing, and I'm sure you'll get a ton of people willing to help you out, and you can even feel free to join my Discord if you'd like, and I'm sure a bunch of people in there would be willing to help you out as well. So in terms of how we're actually going to be able to get from level 1 to 40 easily in under an hour, we're pretty much going to be doing the exact same Zomboss farm, but we're going to get way more XP per kill and killing him much faster now that we're level 40 and using some proper builds, which I'll talk about in a minute here. So like I said before, you'll need one person that's max level killing the boss, and then the other person is going to be low level, just getting XP over and over again all the way until the level 40. And then the idea is that you guys can pretty much just take turns. One person levels up one guy and then the other person levels up the other guy. Starting with how to set this up, you want to make sure the person that's on the max level is going to set their game to cooperation, which is going to make it so that the enemy's level isn't going to scale down at all for the low level player, meaning that each kill of the boss will give them significantly much more XP because it's giving you XP for like a level 41 enemy rather than whatever your current level is. Then preferably, if the person has it unlocked, you want to set the chaos difficulty as high as possible, assuming that you have a good build. This is going to increase the amount of XP that you earn, but as you can see on chaos level 20 you only get an 80% increase, which isn't super significant, while the boss is going to have over 500% extra health. So if you're not able to kill him super quickly, I'd recommend just having the chaos mode like completely turned off, or at a level where you can kill him fairly quickly still, so that it's still efficient, and honestly you'll still be able to level up super quickly regardless. Like 80% isn't insane, and if you're able to kill the boss like that fast, it's probably fine anyway. I was able to get my friend from level 1 to 40 in like 40 minutes or something, so I'm sure you'll be completely fine. Then what you want to do is just have the level 40 guy kill Zomboss over and over again, and immediately after each kill you want to just shoot the ground with a rocket, or alternatively, if you don't have a rocket, you can stand in a torch on the ground and just burn to death. Dying is going to immediately respawn you, and then it is going to reset the boss, so you don't have to deal with going back to the menu or fast traveling or any nonsense like that. While you're doing this, the low level character can literally just be AFK at the resurrect thing and will still get full XP the entire time. This person can basically AFK, so I'd recommend hopping in a cute little Discord call together, having a nice little Netflix and XP farm date, but besides that, the reason that we're going to be farming Zomboss and not Parasite or another boss is because, for one, he's fairly easy to get to and really early on in the game. Most people will have him unlocked. Parasite you got to do a little questline for, but for two, on Parasite you can't have the other person like AFK at the top and still get the XP. They just won't get XP at all. And I also don't think that you can reset that boss by dying immediately either. I tried it a few times and just decided to give up on it because Zomboss was working for me, and if you can't immediately reset him, it's going to make the farm much slower. If you guys know of another boss that is potentially faster than this, please feel free to leave it down in the comments, and feel free to do it on any boss of your choosing. It's going to work pretty much the same way. Mainly what's interesting here, or the information that I'm sharing, is the technique rather than this specific boss. Then you're just going to rinse and repeat. It's pretty simple stuff. As you can tell, I'm on chaos 20 and I'm killing the boss fairly quickly. I don't yet have a perfectly optimized setup, but abusing the Buffmeister by itself is pretty solid damage. I do plan to make a video covering the build that I'm using on my Spellshot tomorrow, and an alternative version of it that is not using any Buffmeister abuse to still do a whole bunch of damage, so If you're interested in seeing that build, please consider subscribing. But if you are in need of a build to farm this out on and you aren't opposed to downloading Gamesave files, a friend of mine actually just posted a really cool Spellshot build that can super easily one-shot Zomboss on Chaos level 20 and would actually be pretty good for this farm. So I'll leave a link to his build in the description, and I highly recommend that you guys check it out because it would probably help you out a ton. If you don't want to download a Gamesave or you aren't able to, I just try to set up any form of build that you may see on YouTube or maybe your own build that you've set up. But honestly, if you have Chaos Mode turned off, you really shouldn't have any problems. Just get a pretty good cryo weapon and it should be fairly easy. Doesn't have to be cryo, obviously, you can use whatever you want. Crossbows are really good too. If you want to save yourself some time, you don't actually need to get all the way to level 40 for the other person, because you'll still have to go through the campaign on this character regardless to unlock Chaos dungeons or whatever they're called. So it may be good to stop at level like 35, early 30, something like that, so that you'll naturally level up the rest of the way. But getting all the way to 40 isn't a bad idea either, so that you can have a pretty good build setup from all the character, or from all the gear that you got on your other character, so you can do the campaign with the build. But either way, that's pretty much it for the video. As you can see, I was able to level up my friend extremely quickly here, and a lot of his playtime was also with like us going AFK, me testing things, using a suboptimal build, testing the parasite stuff. We had a lot of disconnect issues as well, which was a lot of fun, yada yada. You could easily do this in like 30 minutes under the perfect circumstances, most likely, but regardless, I'll say for most people it's going to take you about an hour. Hope the video helped. Please feel free to subscribe for videos similar to this one in the future. At some point, I do plan on putting together Gamesave files for all of the characters that are going to have blank slates but are going to be at max level, so that you guys can download them all. I'll be making a ton more build videos for this game, as well as any other videos that I think are interesting. I plan on making a video covering what I think are the best weapons in the game, so if you have some recommendations for that, feel free to leave it down in the comments. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video helped, and I will see you guys later. Peace.